Many times we represent people involved in automobile accidents. Usually they call us on the telephone with many questions. They come to my office for an interview, which is always free. During this interview, we try to introduce them what the law provides and what they can expect to happen in their case. Many instances it's involving property damage, making sure that their vehicle gets repaired quickly and repaired by the right people. Notifying the insurance companies on both sides to make sure that we qualify for all of the contract requirements, even of our own insured, our own client, for example. So we make contacts with the insurance company, we make contacts with the repair shop, we take care of those circumstances concerning the medical treatment and contacting the client's doctor to find out if the treatment is going well and what's going on. Simply, in our office, all of the things that are associated with a personal injury accident are handled by this office. The object is so that we take care of all the problems, and the only thing that the client has to do is to recover from the injuries. Some of the many questions that we get concerning about the repairs of the vehicle, for example. Some insurance companies that have policies will require that you go to a different place for repair, where they request. Unfortunately, that's not the law. You can get the car repair anywhere you wish. But there are certain advantages to having the repair done by the defendant insurance carrier, because they then also become the insurance provider in reference to making sure the repairs are done correctly. And we can discuss those individual things as whatever the circumstances are. It is very difficult to answer the general questions about a case because the facts are different. But what we try to do is to examine all of the facts given what the client says. We examine the police report. Then many times we take pictures of the accident site itself because some of the evidence may still be there. We will try to talk to witnesses, people that saw the accident and came to our client, gave their name and address. We'll talk to them on the telephone, and I will get permission from them to do a recording. Many times we use those recordings to be able to give to the insurance carrier of the other driver to ensure liability. Sometimes we have to contact the police officer. The officer may not write down everything on the police report, and he may have some information that he keeps in his own file. That has happened on several occasions. Sometimes we have to get 911 calls. Every state in the United States, as well as Harris County, has a 911 call system. By calling the call system, they can tell us who called in their phone number, who may be a potential witness. Sometimes we use dash cams. Those are cameras mounted in the car of our client that will show some pieces of evidence concerning how the accident occurred. After we gather all the information, witness statements and information, photographs, for example, of the car itself, then we'll start with trying to prove liability with the other carrier of the other driver. This may require several different kinds of interviews with not only witnesses but also the insurance adjuster to determine what the problems are. Hopefully the problems don't last long and liability is established. But there are other things that occur. One of the most asked questions is concerning what doctor should I see? Generally speaking, we tell them to go to their own home doctor, the doctor they've seen all along, and tell them exactly what's going on. If they have been to an emergency room, we will try to get the emergency room records by the treating physician to make sure that there's no duplicity, no duplicating of x-rays and other tests that are necessary to determine what kind of treatment the client will need. In most instances, it's soft tissue injury, but sometimes they can be very serious, requiring hospitalization. So the file in of itself can be complicated not only for the portion for the liability, but it can also be complicated in reference to the medical treatment and damages.